Hi, everybody. I am Ms. Karen at Adams Memorial Library. Thank you very much for joining me for this week's book report. So the books I have for you this week are books about places around the world, traditions around the world, different customs, because I think those are so interesting. I like hearing how people in different countries do things differently and the same. So it'll be like we're traveling without even leaving the library this week. So the books I have for you this week are At the Same Moment Around the World, which was written and illustrated by Clotilde Perrin. Little Treasures, Endearments from Around the World. This was written by Jacqueline K. Ogburn and the illustrations are by Chris Raschka. And I think this is a fun one. Wishing Traditions Around the World. This one was written by Roseanne Thong and the illustrations are by Elisa Kleven. And I thought, this is a really interesting one called My Bed, Enchanting Ways to Fall Asleep Around the World. This was written by Rebecca Bond, and the illustrations are by Salley Mavor. Tea time around the world. People drink tea all over the world, and here are some of the different ways they enjoy their tea. Tea time around the world was written by Denyse Waissbluth, and the illustrations are by Chelsea Ogburn. And the last one is called We've Got the Whole World in Our Hands. Tenemos el mundo entero en las manos. It's written and illustrated by Rafael López. So let me tell you a little bit more about these books. Now this first book, this is one of my favorite books because I think it's really fascinating because it talks about what everybody's doing in all the different time zones around the world at the same moment because it's a different time in different places. And this book really helps to illustrate that. It starts out with this boy. His name is Keita, and he is helping his father with the fish, and they are in Senegal. And it is 6 o'clock in the morning when they're getting up to fish. But at that same moment in Paris, France, it is 7 o'clock in the morning. And Benedict is just waking up and having some hot chocolate before he goes to school. In Bulgaria, at that same moment, it is 8 o'clock in the morning. And this child, whose name is Mitko, he's a little bit late for the bus. And at that same moment in Baghdad, in Iraq, this is Yasmin, and she's playing while her mother goes to do the shopping. So it goes all the way around the world, people everywhere. It tells you what they're doing. Sometimes it's at night at this moment. Sometimes it's during the day. And then it ends up again with Keita and his father in Senegal with the fish. But another cool thing about this book is that it's got a world map that you can open, and you can look at where all the children are at all the different countries all at the same time. So if you are interested in how time works around the world, this is a great book for that. This Little Treasures book, maybe your grandparents or somebody call you, oh, little honey bunny or little sweetheart. Well, people around the world call their children different things too. So in the United States, somebody might call you honey or sweetheart or pumpkin. That is what my next door neighbor, my Uncle Lee, called me when I was little. He called me pumpkin. But people in England, where they love their children very much, they might say, let me see, I skipped England. England might call you, oh, little ducky. Or in France, they might call you a little bunny or a little flea or a little cabbage. Oh, mon petit chou, my little cabbage. Let's see, what else? In Poland, they might call you słoneczko. Oh, little sunshine. If it's somebody who speaks Arabic, loves their children very much, they might call them beloved, Habibiti. Or in China, they might say, oh, you are a treasure, Baobei. You are a Baobei, a treasure. So if you were looking for some things to call maybe your brother or sister, your little pumpkin, or whatever they are, or if you're looking for something to nice endearment to call somebody you love, maybe you would be interested in this book. So you know how if it's your birthday and you blow out all your candles, you get to make a wish? Or maybe if you're looking up and you see the first star at night, you can make a wish. Here are some other ways that people make wishes all over the world. This one has a map too, so you can see where they're making their wishes. Like in Japan. In Japan, I believe it's in July, there's a star festival. It's called the Tanabata. And for that festival, children are outside, they're looking at the stars, but they write their wishes on long strips of paper and they hang them up among the bamboo leaves on the branches. And the Zulu people in South Africa think they might see a weasel or 2 or 3 or 4 going by. Weasels live on the land too, but if you see one weasel, think, oh, you can make a wish and that weasel will hold on to your wish for you until it comes true. Children in Ireland might go out to the fields and, you know, when dandelions get all the little fuzzy part on it, they might blow them off and make a wish that way. Or maybe in Mexico, someplace like that, they think if you lose an eyelash, you can put it on your hand and blow 3 times, blow it away, and then maybe your wish will come true that way. So if you take this book out, you have lots more ways to make wishes. And everybody needs good wishes and good luck. So that's why I like this story. But this one, my bed tells you all about different ways that people sleep, because my bed at my house just stays still. But if I lived in the Netherlands, if I was on a houseboat, maybe my bed would rock back and forth on the gentle waves. That would help you fall asleep. Or maybe if it was warm, if I was in some place like Brazil, maybe I'd sleep in a hammock. Or maybe if I was in Ghana, in Africa, maybe I'd sleep on a mat made of grass, so it'd be cool. I could sleep on the ground. And maybe if I lived in Mongolia and I traveled from place to place, maybe I was a sheep herder and I had to keep taking the sheep to places where they could eat, so where there was more grass, I would be in my tent and then I would just unroll my sleeping bag and sleep that way. So maybe this book will give you ideas of new places that you want to try to sleep, even at your house. And as I said, lots and lots and lots of people around the world like tea, and they drink it in all different ways. Here in this country, people drink hot tea or iced tea. You could have tea for one. Oh, you could have hot tea in your teapot. Tea for 2. Tea with a friend. Tea for me. Tea for you. You could have a tea party with another friend. Some places like the tea really sweet. In Morocco, you might have sweetened mint tea. Or some people like their tea to be kind of spicy. In India, they'd have masala chai and it'd have lots of different spices in it, like cinnamon and cardamom, maybe some pepper. And they'll drink their tea that way. Some people in Tibet like to mix some yak butter in with their tea. And I had never heard of that before, but, you know, if I was ever in Tibet, sure, I'd try it. Try lots of different tea. Or if it's a hot place, people like their tea with ice. You can make tea out of berries. You can make tea out of flowers. You can try tea lots and lots and lots of different ways. And maybe you would even have bubble tea. I like bubble tea too. I think that's fun. So if you are interested in learning about different kinds of tea, this is the book for you. And finally, this Rafael López book, We've Got the Whole World in Our Hands, is based on a hymn that I knew when I was little called He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. But in this one, he's talking about all of us. We've got the whole world in our hands. We're all in this together. See, it's like it's a big ball of yarn connecting us all over the world. So we've got the whole world in our hands, everybody, whether it's warm or hot or rainy, during the day, during the night. We all see animals, we all see trees, we all see plants. Maybe we don't all see elephants and giraffes, but some of us do around the world. Some of us might see moose. Everybody outside, all the children like to play. We're all connected by this big ball, pretend ball of yarn, whether we're in warm places or cold places. We're all connected, and there. It's like we're all in a big balloon together, and we balloon like the earth. It could be on top of our balloon, and we've got the whole world in our hands. We're all part of this world together. So if you like books with really pretty pictures, maybe you would like this one by Rafael López. So if you would like to check out any of these books, you can come to the library and check them out. You can check them out in the children's room, or you can always reserve them and check them out that way when they come in, or you could even reserve them and we would have them ready for you for curbside service. So I hope you will like these books. Thank you very much for watching today, and I will see you next week, and we'll talk about some more books, friends. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.